Namaste. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me this morning. As always, please practice according to your condition and respect your limitations. If you know the variations and you feel comfortable with them, then by all means you can explore them. Otherwise, please modify as you need to. Remember that practice is an offering, and how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So we want to practice in a way that is mindful, that will deliver the best experience possible. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Before creation, what existed? God was always there in the midst of it all, and will still be there even beyond this universe. Merge with that supreme consciousness now. Start with 3 ohms to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice to our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Do the mantra for purification once loud, enough so it can be heard by the subtle bodies within and the bodies all around us. So if you know it, you can of course do it along with me. If not, just pretend you're chanting it through the voice of the Guru. You derive all the benefits of the purification of this space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Vasa Vashtanga Topi Vayaha Smarit Pandrikaksham Sabaya Vyantraha Sachi. So now let's do some breathing pranayama, the gateway to the higher realms of yoga. So we'll try alternate nostril breathing here. This is the main breathing you can do at any time of day. It always provides the effects of calming the mind, balancing out the energies, and preparing it for meditation. So for this one, we're going to do a 3-12-6 ratio count. 3 on the inhale, 12 on the breath retention, and 6 on the exhale. For the inhale, you imagine you're inhaling right up to the top of the chest. You fill up your lungs and you raise your chest. On the hold, you keep the chest high so that when you bring your chin down on it, your back stays straight. You don't have to hunch your back. And you bring the tongue through the mouth behind the teeth to seal off the lock. And then and you bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows for the root lock. Contract all the root muscles of the root, pull them up towards the navel. Imagine you're pulling the whole pelvic floor up and in. So that's on the breath retention. We're breathing in through the active nostril, hold the breath while you plug both sides of the nose, exhale out through the less active side, inhale back through the less active, plug the nose, hold the breath again, apply the locks, exhale out through the active side. So now the hands, left hand in Jnana Mudra, on the left knee, right hand, second and third fingers fold down. Vishnu Mudra, this is Vishnu Mudra, turn the palm towards you. This is no longer Vishnu Mudra, this is the mudra that we use for the pranayama. The right thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left nostril. Now block off the right nostril with the thumb, inhale and exhale a few times through the left, and try it on the other side. Block off the left side with your right ring finger. Whichever side feels more open is your active side. If they feel the same, you can't tell a difference, just default to the left side. My active side is my right side, so I'll demonstrate with that side. Okay, so now let's begin. Breathe out completely, empty the lungs. Then close off the last active side. Inhale through the active. 3, close the nose, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, lock, root lock, third eye tension. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the last active side. 2, evenly and steadily, be completely empty by the 6th count. 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the last active. 3, remember, raise the chest, hold the breath, chin on the chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the tension of the space in the eyebrows. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale up through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one cycle. Inhale through the active side. 3, hold the breath, chin on the chest. Remember to engage the root lock and the throat lock. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the last active side. 2, 3. It should be a steady stream breath out. 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the last active. 3, hold the breath, chin on the chest. Everything stops. The mind fluctuations, the body moves, even the emotions are as though they're frozen. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill up as much as you can on the 3 counts on the inhale. 3, hold the breath. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out. Less active side. 4, 5, 6. Immediately inhale through the less active side. Hold for 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the active side. In, hold, exhale, less active. Inhale, hold for 12. Remember, throat and root lock. Exhale through the active side. Inhale, active. Hold. Exhale, less active. Inhale, less active. Hold. Exhale, less active. One more inhale. Hold. Exhale, less active. Inhale, less active. Hold the breath. Everything stops. Exhale. Release. Take a moment to assess the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. Try to stay in this temperament of calmness, of observance. Imagine you're the witness watching the body move all by itself. And you become what you believe. So picture yourself in a practice that, even though it may not be accessible, you imagine yourself in it anyways, so that you can practice with more enthusiasm. The more enthusiasm you have, perhaps this will realize itself in favorable ways for the practice. So on that note, let's begin. Be the witness to your movements. Let's come to standing. So starting with your feet about 10 inches apart, raise your arms above the head. Charging the body up with your energy from the soles of feet. Inhale right up to the body. Bring your energy right up to the fingertips. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding all the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4. Follow the breath as it descends. 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Pull the earth energy again right up to the fingertips. Use your attention to attract it there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding all of the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Feel the charge surging all the way down throughout the body. 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, imagine you're attracting all the energy right up to the fingertips. Use your attention to do so. Holding at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the arms now. So now we'll do exercises in order to help purify the body, remove the impurities through generating some heat. Do the movements with the enthusiasm and do the breathing with vigor to get the full benefit. So first, we're going to just detoxify the organs a little bit. Imagine you're shaking all the toxins out. So take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bend down. Stay on empty. Hold the breath out. Hands on the knees. And now pump the belly in and out. Feel everything being shaken up inside. All the impurities just being shaken out the organs. Do it fast. And then keep holding the breath out as you pull the belly up and in. Lift the pelvic floor, glued against the back wall of the body. Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Again, chin on the chest. And release, come up. Breathe in. Breathe out, relax. One more time, inhale. Exhale, bend down. As you hold the breath out, again, shake everything up, pop the belly in and out. So you're trying to push the belly back through to the back of the body. Again, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Pull everything up and in. Feel as though you form a vacuum underneath the rib basket. Keep holding the breath out. The throat is constricted here as well. And release, coming back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now let's move the joints in every which way possible. Circle the arms up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, pull the arms up over the head. Exhale, pull them down. In front of the body, inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull in. Release the arms. Now, swing the arms back and forth. Try to throw the arms back behind the ears. And release. Arms across the chest, inhale. Exhale, swing them back. Now, raise your arms up over the head, inhale. Exhale, throw the body down, allowing the belly to hit the thighs. Last one. You stay down for a moment to allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. Then roll your way back up. Hands on the hips, circle the head. Large circles. If this is too uncomfortable, there's a tightness in the neck, you can just do half circles. One chin, the chin comes to the shoulder, the chin comes across the chest, the other side, and then go back the other way. Otherwise, try to move the head in all directions. Try to see the floor in all directions. And then change the direction of rotation. If you did the half circles, you can start at one shoulder, with the ear at one shoulder, and then move the head across the back of the top of the back. And then release. Now from here, arms up over the head. Exhale, come into squats. Just come down as far as you can. If you have knee issues, be mindful. Press back up. Elbows out to the side. Twist from side to side. You exhale as you complete the twist on each side. And back to the front. Now circle the arms up, inhale, exhale down, inhale back up, exhale swing down. One more. Arms in front of the body here. It's a starting position. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. Now drop the arms by sides of the body. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down. And then release. Open up the feet a little bit more, going from side to side. Left arm up, inhale. Bend to the right, right arm up, inhale. Bend to the left. And come back to the center. Next one, same movement, but change up the breathing. Left arm up, inhale, hold the breath, bend to the right. Coming back up on the exhale, right arm up, inhale, hold the breath, lean a little bit deeper to the left. And then coming back up on the exhale. Continue matching that weight to touch the fingertips. The extra weight allowed you to slide deeper into the pose. Try not to form wrinkles in the underside of the body as you stretch. Feel the right arm dropping over the head. Lose yourself in the sensations. Try to picture the body moving gracefully, fluidly, and this will translate into your movements. So stretch all along the upper side of the body. Allow the end of the body to imitate that side. Try not to shorten too much on the inside of the body. Graceful lines from the front all the way to the hand above you. Sink deep into the stretch on the hold. One more on each side. Stretch to your limit. And release. So come onto the hands and knees now. Hands underneath the shoulders, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, spread the sit bones. Exhale, pull them in towards one another. Inhale, shoulder blades come right together and down. Exhale, they push up and they separate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, imagine you can see right through the skin, the spine moving. Exhale. Inhale, flexing. Exhale, rounding. Try moving in a way that doesn't form great wrinkles across the lower back. Inhale. Or the back of the neck. Exhale. Inhale. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Exhale. Make sure you don't jam up the front of the throat too much. Still allow the air to be open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Imagine you pushing the heart and the belly button right through the back of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, back skin. In. Out. In. Out. Last one, in. And out. Come back to neutral back. Raise your leg up, inhale. Exhale, swing out to the right. Throw the leg up there. Imagine it as a great big pendulum that went out of control. Of course, slow it down if you need to. If you have tight hips, be mindful again. And then the other side. Left leg up, inhale, and then swing out to your left. And then release. Now come onto the belly. Want to anchor down through the lower body, the hips all the way down, the hips, the thighs, and the tops of the feet. If you can't join hands together, if that's too much, you can just keep your hands apart. Engage the buttocks and upper back. We're going to lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Down. 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 And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. You can modify as you need to. If you can't do all of them, just do as many as you can. Now bring your arms in front. A few options here. You can lift the legs and the arms at the same time and back down. Or you can do one hand and the opposite leg and then switch, alternate. If you're feeling stronger, try to throw the legs up. When legs come down, the action of the hips and the chest coming down will propel the body up. So it looks like this. Continue with me. And then release. It's actually fun when you get a little bit of momentum. The body can just swing more easily. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands underneath the shoulders, press up into table, and send the seat all the way back behind the heels. Inhale, come up. 4 movements here. And high cat, exhale, cobra, chest forward, hips down between the hands. Back up, inhale, high cat. Exhale, bring the seat all the way back. Inhale, roll up. Exhale. Back up, inhale. High cat, exhale, all the way back. Inhale. Exhale, push the shoulders back, chest widens. Back up, inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, forward, uncoil gracefully. Start to coil back inward. And all the way back. Inhale, imagine a wave on the ocean, emerging from the ocean, coming to its full heights, and then starting to diminish and crest, and back, disappearing back in the water. Inhale up. Forward, you have to use your imagination to visualize yourself moving in a way that will bring about more fluidity and power. Inhale. And forward. Inhale. Rounding. Exhale back. Inhale. And then flexing spine. Back up, inhale. Rounding. Exhale, flattening and lengthening. And then up. Forward. Try to telescope the neck out of the shoulders. And back. Try moving in a way that doesn't form, again, big folds across the lower back or the back of the neck. And then up. Keep the line of the spine always unobstructed to allow the energy to flow more freely. And back, exhale. One more inhale, round your back, come up. And then forward. Back up. And all the way back. Rest here in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Even these moments of rest, offer them up. They all provide benefits in some way, in some form. Next, we're going to slide forward into the cobra. We'll tug with your arms and pull yourself all the way through between your arms on the inhale. All the way through until you reach the top in your cobra and hold it there. Hold the breath. Exhale. Send the seat all the way back into child's pose. If it's easier for you to come from above and then drop your hips down, you can do this as well. This all happens on the inhale, then hold the breath, bring the head back as you're trying to get it right over your seat. Imitate this snake. And back, exhale. Inhale, copy the form in every way possible, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Imagine how that boundless range of motion. Be regal and wise, cool and calm. All the way back, exhale. Inhale again. Glide forward. 4. Come again from above and then rise up. Bring the head back. And back. Try not to jam up the neck between the shoulders and the ears. Inhale again, come up. Push down into your hands, drop your shoulders as though you had weights pressing down on each one. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders, open up the throat. And back, exhale. Open up the heart in every way as well. Come forward. Imagine being the body of the snake. Tap into all our divine qualities, all the beautiful ways in which God's grace and beauty and magnificence manifests in the form. all the way back. Just as God manifests, or qualities are reflected in all the forms in such a beautiful, unique way. Come up, hold the breath. And back, drop the seats all the way back. This time, if you like, come into King Cobra. Come forward. Hips right to your hands, come onto your fingertips. Open up the legs, bring toes up if you like. Try to touch the back of the head. Point the toes. And back on the exhales is an option, of course, but why not move the knee joints or work the knee joints at the same time? Come up, and the fingertips. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind the knees. And back, exhale. Inhale. Try to get as much height as possible, so almost the whole torso is off the ground, from the tops of the legs down, from tops of the legs and up. Everything is up and back, and again. Come forward, propel yourself forward with power and grace and ease, and back. Exhale. Inhale. Watch the body moving all by itself. Hold the breath, hold the pose. And back. Let's do one more. Inhale. Come up with purpose, with reverence for all forms, in this case, especially the snake, tapped into its consciousness. And all the way back. Rest in child's pose again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now come back into table, lower down onto your belly, and then flip onto your back. So we're going to do some tucks here. Raise your arms over the head, stretch out. And exhale, tuck in, pull the knees to the shoulders, the chin between the knees. Inhale, stretch. Spread the fingers and toes. Exhale, pull in. Push the lower back down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull in. Shoulders come to the knees. Peel the upper back up off the mat a little bit. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, forming a fist with your body. Inhale. If you can, bring the forehead right to the knees or to the thumbs above the knees. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Inhale, stretch it. Hold the breath and tuck. Everything stops. All the mind fluctuations, the body movements, and the emotions are still there, frozen. Release, exhale. Remember how it feels, the mind calm and quiet. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck like the eye of a storm. Unbothered. Calm. Stay in that mindset. Keep that temperament throughout the practice and beyond. So exhale. Through all difficulties, remain unconcerned, unbothered, unjudging. Hold the breath and tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is there, all part of the divine plan for us to evolve. Release. With the knowledge. Knowledge is the antidote to suffering. Check. And pull in, tuck tightly. And release one more. Inhale. The more knowledge you have, the more tools you have to break the patterns that cause suffering. Hold the breath and hold the pose. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Imagine you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue. Now bring your arms up over the head, and then bring the legs up and back over the head if you can. If you can't, don't worry, just bring your legs up as high as you can, and then roll down. And if you have the strength, Wait till your heels are on the ground before you come up to seated and pull the body down onto your legs and roll back. Otherwise, just move. You don't have to, you can use your legs to give yourself momentum to come up. You can just modify as you need to. Just try to roll back and forth out any jerky movements. Keep the speed uniform. Graceful movements. Roll all the way back. Try to get your feet way back behind the head. As an extra challenge, keep your arms and legs straight. And again, keep your heels grounded as you sit up, if possible. Let's do one more. Roll all the way back. Feet come behind the head, perhaps, or just up, and then come back up. And then next time, roll back, just to prepare to come up. Bend your knees, bend your feet, and come back up to standing. Okay, so now we're going to move to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskara. Okay, now bring your hands to the heart. Remember to renounce all the fruits of the practice. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Do it simply because it must be done. Now raise your arms up overhead, Surya Namaskara. Reach back as you see fit. Then come forward. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands on the ground. Right foot back, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Push the chest forward, the shoulders back. Into high plank. Lower down the knees and bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between the arms, smoothly coming into the cobra. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat up and back, melt the heart, bring the head down below the arms if you can. Then the right foot steps forward. If that's difficult, lower the back knee down. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, you can use the right hand to just assist it forward. And then bring the feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. All the way up. Reach up over the head, hips forward. Hands back to the heart. Engage the buttocks and the upper back. As you lean back, come forward and down into Uttanasana. Again, move according to your condition. Left foot back, drop down the knee, sink down to the seat. Into the high plank. Don't go into a place ever of pain, suffering, anxiety, and distress. Pull the seat back. Come forward. Remember that this is an offering. Offer up the best of the best. Roll over your toes back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the left foot forward, drop down the knee, sink down to the seat. Be mindful of everything that you transmit, all your emotions, all your movements, always done with love. Reach up and back, hands back to the heart. Always coming from a place of devotion and benevolence. Reach up and back. Pull the body down over your legs. Right foot back. Lower down the knee, sink down to the seat, into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Come forward into Cobra. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Allow the heart to melt. Then the right foot steps forward, drop down to the seat, push back through the left heel, bring the feet back together. Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs, head down. Come up, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that feels natural. Allow the breath to remain steady and uniform. Pull the body down, chest on the thighs, gesture bowing, humility. Left foot back, push back through the heel, drop your seat down, push the lower back in. Into the plank, down we go. Ashtanga Namaskara, right through into the Cobra. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sink the heart towards the ground. Left foot steps forward, drop down to the seat. Feet come together, Uttanasana. Pull the body against the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up, reach up and back. Come forward and down into Uttanasana. This time, do not drop the back knee down as you bring the right foot back. Push back through the heel, keep the legs strong. Into the plank. This time, bring the seat all the way back. Keep the knees up. pull your elbows towards your body, push into reach your toes. Try to swing right through to upward facing dog without touching hips and knees to the ground along the way. If it's too much, just keep doing this, sliding forward on your belly, back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, back knee stays lifted, push back through the heel, and then send the left foot in to meet the right foot to Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch body move with even more grace and steadiness and ease. Pull the body down onto your legs. Left foot back, keep the knee lifted. Strong back leg into plank. Bring the seat back, charge the body through the practice. And back into downward facing dog. Move with enthusiasm, move with power. Left foot steps forward, back knee stays lifted. Feet come together, Uttanasana, pull the body against the legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Again, repeating, reach up. Come down. Modify if you need to again. Right foot back, keep the back knee lifted. Stay strong. Steady. Into the plank, bring the seat all the way back. Again, swing forward. Pull the elbows towards you. You have to push with the base of the fingers, the heels of your palms, and the base of the toes. Back into downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Try not to land as a big heavy thud. Try to keep quiet in your movements. Pull the body down. Come right up. Make the practice very beautiful and graceful to watch. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up. Imagine a supreme witness. That's to say God is within, watching it all. Make it worthy of God's attention. Left foot back. Push back through the heel. Into the high plank, bring the seat all the way back, and swing right through into upward facing dog if you can. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana with the seat up and back. Left foot steps forward, back leg strong, back Uttanasana, pull the body down to your legs. Come right up to standing, hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up, a different variation this time. Bring your hands down. From here, press into your hands, hold the breath, hop or walk back into Chaturanga. Bend your elbows as you go back. Your legs go back so you don't land with a big heavy thud or jarring movement. Into Chaturanga around the belly and into Cobra or upward facing dog from here. Now bend the toes under, try to have your hips right between your hands, and then push the heels back, the chest back. Pulse a little bit. Make like you're folding your body in half. The nose up, like a dog howling at the moon. And then roll over your toes, back into downward facing dog. Pulse here as well. Try to soften the line of the back. Belly comes to your thighs. Try not to bend your arms. If you're more flexible, forehead to the ground, maybe even the nose or the chin. Good, sink your heart down towards the ground. Be like a dog loyal to its master. Embody out that beautiful trait of the dog. It's already within. Just turn it on. And now lift the heels, bend the knees to the hands. Hold your breath if you like, and jump forward or walk forward. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up. Return home, hands to the heart. One more like that. Raise your arms, stretch. Come forward to Uttanasana. Fold the body in half. Lift hand, chest, press into your hands, hold your breath, and again, float back into Chaturanga and through to upward facing dog. Now from here, transitioning between upward and downward. Tuck your chin in, round your back, and then sink your heart towards the ground. Downward facing dog. Come forward again. Imagine trying to push the heart right between your shoulder blades, and then out through the center of the chest. Back the other way. Round your back, tuck the chin in, and back. Downward facing dog. One more time. Modify as you need to. You can just move slower if you like. Just maybe do one in the space that we're doing 3. Move again according to your condition. And then roll all the way back into downward facing dog. Good. Now lift the heels, bend the knees, hold the breath, and bring the feet forward, hopping and walking. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up to standing, reach up and back, arch the back. Bring the hands back to the heart. Settle in silence here from the heart. Inhale up to the crown. Bring all your love up there. Hold the breath for a moment. Imagine that you're shooting the love right out through the crown to all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart. So to make that channel clear, so you can keep on delivering love through your practice to all beings. And release. So let's try a few standing poses here. Just my mouth. All right. So now, let's start off with tree pose. Push into your left foot, spread the toes, and bring the foot either on the thigh and inside the thigh, somewhere, anywhere along the way that's suitable for you. You can keep your toes on the ground if you're having trouble bouncing, just not against the knee joint. If you have a lotus, you can do a lotus. You can hold the foot with your hand if you need to, or bring your right arm around and hold the arm that's holding the foot, or lean forward if you have more flexibility. Take the big toe and then bring your hand back to the heart. Push your knee down towards the ground. If you're in regular tree, you can bring hands together at the heart and up above the head if you like. Reach up high. Be steady like the tree. Grow towards the sun. Try to absorb more of the light and warmth. Good. Now from here, take the hands down. If you can, take hold of the foot with your left hand and push the knee down so the shin is across parallel to the mat, the floor, and then bend your knee a little bit. See if you can let the foot float there. If it's too much, just bring your leg onto your left thigh, arms out, Natarajasana. The left wrist on top of the right. Make sure your elbows are not dropping down. Both elbows in the same line, from elbow to elbow through the wrists. Good. Now come up. See if you can keep your leg out and up. Open up the arms, called angel. So imagine you're spreading your wings. Push your chest forward. If you need to, you can always bring your toe down. Look up as though you're saying, I'm yours to do service. And then bring the foot down. Try it on the other side now. Left foot comes up, either in tree pose, in tree pose, but either with your foot against your inside the thigh, or you can take your lotus again. So if you want to take the bind, lean forward a little bit. Bring the left arm around, use the right hand to guide the hand to the foot, and then come back up. Push your arm against the lower back, and can come to the heart. Or other variations, of course. If you're doing a regular tree, you can do the arms over the head. Push the base of the toes, the toe pads, and the heel firmly into the thigh to find the steadiness. If you fall out of it, just come right back up. Just keep trying. It's the effort that's most important, not the results. And then from here, release the foot. Take the foot with the right hand. Try to bring the shin parallel to the ground. Bend the standing leg a little bit. Keep your shoulders over your hips. This time, right wrist over the left. Fingers pointing up and down. Make sure that your elbows don't drop down. Sometimes one elbow tends to droop. Be steady and graceful. Push into the right foot. Take your left foot back. Keep your foot up if you can. And then open up in every sense. Your chest forward. Get a sense of body flight. And the arms up. Bring your head up and back. Beautiful expression of offering. And break the pose. Bring the foot down. Okay, so now we're going to stand at the back. Take the foot forward, left foot forward, arms out. Bend your knees so you can bring your belly onto your thigh. And raise your right leg up. Imagine you're an eagle soaring through the air at great height, at great speed. And then bring your head forward a little bit. The head's about the height of the knee. Try to get your foot up higher. If you lose your balance, you can always bring your fingertips down on the ground. Arch the back if you can, curve the spine. foot higher than the head. Good, and then from here, bend your left knee and come back up. Try it on the other side. Move back, bring the right foot forward, bend your knees, you can bring your belly onto your thigh. Spread your wings, and then raise the left leg up. Arch the back, and make any modifications you need to. You can bring your fingertips on the ground. Try to be undisturbed no matter what happens. Even if you fall out of it, try again. Have fierce determination. And then from here, press into the right foot and come back up. And release. So now stand in the middle of the mat, facing out the long edge of the mat. Fingertips in line with your elbows. Jump your feet apart. Go to your left. So if you can't see the screen anymore, just turn 180 degrees. Try to get your seat down nice and low so your knee comes over the toes, of course, according to your flexibility. Reach out, extend your lines. Now bring the right hand forward to meet the left. Try to turn your hips all the way to the front, both of them. If your right hip is stuck turned, you can lift the back heel if you need to. But have a straight line from the base of the spine right up to the fingertips, allow the head to drop back. This pose says, I'm yours to do service. Show the devotion of a warrior. Now lower the knee down, flatten up the toes, Kapiyasana here. Squeeze the palms together, interlace the fingers, index fingers pressed together. Ideally, if you can't, just keep your arms apart or take over your opposite elbows and just push the back of the head into the arms. Imagine you're lying at the beach. Inhale, pull yourself up higher, bring the body up out of the hips a little bit more. Exhale, lean back. If your arms are straight, if your arms extended, make sure they don't bend. Keep them close to the ears. Radiate your inner light. Imagine you're a crescent moon. And then from here, break the pose. Bring your hands down on the inside of the foot. Move your left foot out a little bit more to your left. And slide your right foot back. See if you can roll to the right so you get your right hip and the right elbow to come down. Roll back to your left so both sides of the hips are even. If your hip is way far away from the ground, you can stay on the hands, but keep on sinking your hip. Imagine you had a big weight sitting right on top of your seat. Imagine you're trying to do a cobra, and then maybe the hips will come down. Eventually, when your hips are down, maybe the elbows will come down, followed by the pelvis, followed by the belly, and then the chest. Fix your gaze, look forward, like a lizard doesn't blink. The aim is to try to get your back lower than the knee. Telescope the chest forward, reach a little bit further. Exhale, melt. Now come back onto the hands. Good, pull the hips back. From here, slide your right toes in so it's in line with the knee, parallel with the short end of the mat maybe. Slide your left hand down the leg towards the foot. Bring the right arm over the head. Again, a nice lateral stretch. Try not to jam up the neck. Drop the left shoulder or the waist area. Keep the underside of the body, the left side long. Free of wrinkles. Good. Now from here, come back up. Turn towards the front short end of the mat. Bend the toes under. Padivita Parsvakonasana. Notice the legs are like a box. Raise your right arm up. Take your hand to the outside of the knee. Left hand on the seat. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to your left. Push the knee towards the right. If you want to lean back, see if you can take your hand to the heel or maybe even to the thigh, the back of the leg. And then turn a little bit more. Push against the heel and against the knee. Look beyond your left shoulder. Now this is already at, if you can bring you to the edge, you can stay there. If you want, Padivita Parsvakonasana. Right arm up. Angle the toe and knee towards the right and pull the elbow down all the way to the outside. I'll do it this way so you can see. So move the knee, anchor in place with your left hand and drop your arm down so the armpit is sitting on the outside of the knee. Left hand in the right, they start the shoulders, but then as you push the left hand down into the right, the belly comes higher than the thigh. And then see if you can push the center of the chest towards the thumbs, take the left shoulder all the way back. Try to get your face and the chest turn up. Other variations, go ahead. If you know them, take the bind. Move the seat back. Use the left hand to guide the elbow through so the hand can scooch underneath the leg. Left arm over your back and pull the hand out a little bit more, and then hold the left wrist or lock your fingers together. Pull again the left shoulder back, the left hip and the left hip back. If you can, hold your breath, push into the base of the toes and lift the back knee up off the ground. Do this all gradually and slowly. Don't race, otherwise you lose your balance perhaps. All the transitions try to remain smooth and graceful. From here, release. Bring the right hand down in front of the right shoulder and spin towards the left. From here, you can bring your left foot back now. Keep pressing the right hand. Vasisthasana. Keep your legs crossed if you like. If it's too much, you lower down on the right knee and push your hips up as high as you can. Lift up the hips and go to the other side. Come back to plank and then just move your left hand more towards the center and from the nose. Spin on the edges of the feet and go to the other side. Try to keep your hips up. Your arms running right through the body like a straight line, vertical line. Make sure you don't drop down through the seat or fall into the shoulder. This you can't sustain for a very long time. You'll get tired very quickly. Back into high plank. Good. So from here, I'm going to move the left foot forward between the hands, spin towards the long edge of the mat, arms out and come back up. Go to the other side now. Bend your right knee. Again, make the adjustment as you need to. Turn around if you need to, if you can't see the screen anymore. Be strong and mighty like a warrior. Embody all their characteristics. They're already within. And circle the left arm up to meet the right. You can lift the back heel if you like. Hips and shoulders square to the front. Head back. Every movement reflecting an intention of surrendering, of offering. Show the devotion. Now from here, lower down on the knee, flatten out the toes, sink your seat all the way forward towards your front heel to keep your balance. Press in the toes of the back foot and pull the arms up. Copy asana again. Take your modifications if you need to. Maybe you take hold of your opposite elbows, or maybe even your hands stay on the knee. Just do what's suitable for you to allow yourself to find steadiness and then be formidable in the pose. Be one with the form. And then make your way back up. From here, bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat. You have to again imagine that your hips are very heavy. Use whatever visualizations you need to do and bring about the effect. Drop down to the left, roll to your left. See if you can get your form down. Roll back to the right so that you don't have the right side of the hip much higher than the other. They should be more or less even. Telescope the chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body will come closer to the ground. You can imagine you have a big weight attached to your hips. And that force, when the hips are down, maybe the rest of the body will follow. Feel a strong attraction to the earth through that magnet that's attached in the middle of the body. Now make ready to break the pose. Come back onto the hands if you're on your elbows. Move your right foot, move your left foot in so that your shin is in line with the short end of the mat. Your toes of the right foot in line with the knee. Parigrasana. Raise the left arm over the head. Lean, push the hips out towards the left. You can look underneath your left arm if you like. Push your chest, open your left shoulder back to create more space. So try not to hunch down like this. Open it up instead. Push your heart up. And then coming back, turn towards the short end again. And then move the right foot in so legs are like a box. Left arm up, right hand on its seat, hands the outside of the knee. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to your right. And if you like, lean back. See if you can get the right hand to the heel or on your thigh if you like. Stay upright. Try not to lean back too much and lose the line. The knee should stay over, the back knee should stay in line with the heel. Shoulders over the hips. You can stay here again if this is where your edge is, you're already to your max, or Padi Vita Parsvakonasana. Turn back forward, lift the left arm up, and then swing down. Left arm sits on the outside of the knee, right hand starts to push down into your left, the belly higher than the thigh, and then roll the right shoulder all the way back. Try to get your chest and face to go up. Your shoulder, right shoulder over the left, maybe even further. Eventually maybe the shoulders at the same height. And again, if you want to take the bind, push your seat back. Elbows close to the shin, the back of the calf of the right leg, so you can have more room for the hand to slide underneath. Pull it out. Take hold of the right wrist or lock the fingers together. See if you can get the back knee up off the ground. Everything done in little steps at a time. Keep the back leg strong. Try not to sag through the back of the knee. Break the pose now. Bring the left hand down, fling the shoulder, and keep the hips up, right into Vasisthasana. Again, you can lower the right knee if you want to go further. Slide your right toes back, push into the toes. Bring the left foot in a little bit. Keep the foot at 45 degrees. Imagine trying to get your hip over the knee. Your hips are very high. Wild thing. You can stay here. If you want to do other variations, you can. Give you a spin on your hands and slide your feet and hands in line with one another. Come into Urdhva Dhanurasana. And return. So if you're doing Urdhva Dhanurasana, you slide your left foot out. Keep spinning on your left heel to palm. Keep your hips high. Back into downward facing dog. And then go to the other side. I start downward facing dog because it helps me to keep the hips up, and the transition's a little bit smoother and easier. And keep with your hips up, you have more strength to sustain the pose. If you want, slide the left toes back, spin on heel to palm, lift your hips and chest, wild thing. Then eventually you can keep spinning on your hands, and then move your feet and your hands beside one another. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Again, only for those who are comfortable with it, who know the transition. And then return. Push into the right hand, slide your right toes out to foot a little bit more, and then keep the hips up, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Move your right foot between your hands, spin so you face along the edge of the mat. From here, let's do Prasarita Padottanasana. So you can take your body halfway up, your head about the same height as the hips, and slide your hand. You can keep holding onto the outsides of your shins, of your legs, your lower legs. If you can, slide your hands, fingers underneath the edges of the feet. And then pull the body right between your legs if you can. Try to get your head in line with the middle of the feet. More flexible, try to get your head a little bit further through, your chest behind your legs. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. Inhale, come back to face forward, walk your hands forward. So you have options. You can start, we can come forward into plank, lower the knees down, your knees in the same line as the heels, and then see if you can bring your roots down towards the ground between your knees. So can be a pretty intense stretch, so be mindful if you need to, you bring your toes towards one another. This will loosen it up a little bit. If this is easy for you, you can come back. You can do side splits, slide your feet out. Be mindful, don't go to a place of pain or suffering. Don't overstretch. Don't pull something. Know your limitations. If you make it all the way down, you can bring your chest down on the ground. Good. Become the form. And from here, press into your hands, lean forward a little bit, especially doing side splits. Lean forward, bring your hips forward a little bit in front of your toes, and then walk one foot in slowly, engage your legs, and the other. If you're doing a frog, you do the same thing. You bring one knee in at a time until you're back into the comfortable position here. And from here, back to where you started, your feet about the same distance apart from where you started. Arms out to the side and come up. Now easy Chakrasana. Let's turn this way, turn your toes out, hands on the seat, and you can bend your knees if you like to bring your knees over your toes or beyond your toes. Push into your seat, pull down at the same time. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you feel comfortable, you can bring your hands down one at a time, slide down to the backs, just below the knees. Heels, your palms are pressing into your lower legs. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you're more flexible, you can slide your hands even further down. Maybe some of you can step on your fingers with your heels. Again, do according to your condition, your abilities. Push your chest up. Push your hips forward and higher so that your legs can eventually straighten. Getting ready to come back up now. Slowly, one hand at a time. If your hands are somewhere on the legs, below the seat, press your hands into your seat, push in, pull down at the same time, and come back up. Good, arms out to the side, jump your feet back together. Good, staying tall like a mountain, be unshakable in your devotion to the practice, unmovable. So now, come down onto your knees. From here, if you know headstand, you can do a headstand. If you want another variation or another modification, you can do maybe teddy bear, or I'll show you a few different things. If you're very comfortable leaving the ground, having the feet, leaving the feet from the ground, you can just bring your forehead in front of your head, your knees, and lift your seat. Try to get your seat as high as possible so they're over the seat is over the knees. You're trying to roll, feel stretch on the back of the neck. If it's too much, just move your head forward a little bit so you're more on the top of the head. Imagine trying to push the belly button right through the lower back and the heart right between your shoulder blades. You can stay here, or if you want, come down in the forearms below the bring the elbows down below the shoulders, and then don't move your elbows. Interlace your fingers in front. Bring your head between your palms. Hug the side of your head with your hands. Bring your feet up, walk them towards the elbows, and try to get your seat up as high as you can, over the shoulders. You can do this type of thing. If you want, you can bring one foot up. Try to bring your heel close to your seat, and try to come up. Try to have your shoulders, your hips come right over your shoulders. If you have the flexibility, try to bring your foot behind your back, the foot hanging down. So sometimes if you're tight in the hips or the shoulders, your back will round a little bit. Okay, so and then your foot doesn't go behind the head as much. So if you find that, bring your hands forward in front of your body and spread your fingers to at least the width of the mat. Come onto your finger stand and see if you can lift your leg up and see if that gives you a little more space. Bring the left leg up and back, or one leg up and back. Flex your toes, keep the foot close to your seat. Always move slowly and mindfully. No jumping, you might land on your back. For the foot that's in front, you may be able to pull the toes away from the ground eventually. Just flex your foot, push into your fingertips, or your elbows, your forearms. Eventually your leg, your leading leg, what's behind you will allow you to find the alignment to have your shoulders and hips in the same line, and then you find the balance. And then coming back down slowly and gracefully. Rest in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. And roll your way up. Good, lift up, standing on your knees. Bend the toes under. Hands start on the seat, lean back so you're pushing through your toes, and see if you can bring your right hand to your heel, then the left hand to your left heel. And bring your heels together, lock your fingers together, baby fingers, and push your hips all the way forward like you're about to fall on your thighs in front. Lift the chest, bring the head all the way back. If it's too much, keep your hands on the seat. Keep on, bring your hips forward, drop through the hips like they're very, very heavy. And to come back, push into toes, push into heels your palms, and bring your body back so your shoulders come behind your feet. One hand at a time, release, bring onto your seat, and then the other hand, push your way back up. And come onto the ground, forehead on the ground, breathe in, breathe out. Then come up, come to seated position, scooch to the front end of the mat, and then roll down. Feet open from the seat, come down. From here, press into your hands, bring your feet closer to your seat. Ouch, sorry. Outer edge feet in line with your hips, press into your arms and lift your chest up. Lift the back up off the ground, tuck your shoulders underneath. See if you can get your shoulder blades come right together. And push your chest towards your chin. Lift the heels. If you feel like your knees are behind your toes, lift up your heels, walk the feet in a little bit. Try to get your chest up higher, look like a wall, and then drop your heels down without lowering your hips at the same time. Back knees in line with your heels. Now you can stay there if you have the strength. Bring your hands up to your back. Allow your seat to sit on your hands. The fingers are facing towards the backs of the knees. Scoot your elbows under a little bit more so the elbows are underneath the body, arms are totally under the body. Bring one leg up, knee towards your chest, and bring the foot up. Now you can stay there or keep putting that leg up higher over your head. And then press into your upper arms and see if you can bring your other leg up to meet it. If you can, you're almost in shoulder stand. You can push the feet, push your hips forward and find a straight line. And this is an option. You can stay in your bridge with one leg up or both feet on the ground, according to your condition. Legs are straight up. And from here, if you can, come back the same way. So hinge at the hips, bring your feet back behind your head, and one leg comes down. Keep pressing your hands into your back. Keep one leg over your head, one foot comes down softly, and then the other. You're back into bridge here. Good, lower your seat down. Right onto your wrists, your hands are underneath your body, so lower them down onto your seat onto your wrists, and then from here, slide your legs out. Tuck your shoulders under again, the shoulders come together. Inhale. Lift your back up off the ground. Push your chest up. Again, adjust your elbows a little bit closer together. See if you can bring the top foot down. Fish pose. Charge the legs. If you're feeling strong, you can even raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. And breathe very fast to the nose like a sniffing dog. Bring the legs down and release from the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. So from here, hands beside your body, swing your legs up, push into your arms, get your seat up off the ground if you can. If you can bring your feet all the way behind the head, then do so. Come into plow pose. And then sit up. See if you can come into boat pose without touching your feet to the ground first. So come up and boat pose. You can bend your knees if you need to, if that's better for you. And breathe very fast again. Bring your feet down, 10 inches apart, hands behind your back, fingers facing away. Throw your hips up, chest up. If it's too much for your wrist, you can keep your seat on the ground, but push your chest up and bring your head back. And bust your breath again. Tuck your chin in, lower the seat down. Keep your knees up. Right hand right down the center of the back, against the back, right. The left arm to the outside of the right thigh. Push the lower back up and in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, turn to the right. Look over your right shoulder. Push your knees against the elbow. Make sure your knees are not falling away from one another. Keep your legs still engaged. Shoulders down. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. Let's change sides. Left hand behind down the center of the back. Right close to the seat. Against the seat. Right arm up. Push against the outer left thigh. Inhale. Lift up the chest. Exhale. Turn to your left. Try not to crush your abdomen with your knees. Keep moving your belly back. Hollow the navel area. Keep pushing actively against knees, so it's not just sitting here like this. So keep your hand right against the back. Charge everything up and back. And then come down onto your back for Shavasana. Once you're down on your back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Let go of all fatigue. Let go of all efforts. Just feel all the tension just dropping out of the body. In the inhale, imagine you're bringing all the tension together towards the center. And exhale, just allow it to funnel right out of the body. And inhale a couple more times. Bring in any emotional tension. If you do a scan of your emotions and find anything that's causing you stress or sadness or anger or anything like that, pull it all, bring it to the center of the body of your being. Exhale, drop it right out. Imagine a big funnel sitting right underneath you. You're just letting it to drain right out. And inhale. Do a scan of the mental processes. Are there any thoughts? Are there any experiences that are disturbing you, causing you grief or anxiety? Collect it all. And then just allow it to fall out of the body. Drop it right out. Feel much lighter now as a result of letting go of those heavy burdens, that which causes you any kind of, that weighs you down in any way. And feel light now. Feel free, unburdened, ready to receive the best of the best. So it can fill you up to a greater extent. It's not being blocked by the heaviness, like a big barrier. So inhale, just imagine it all streaming in, everything that you need. And then exhale, just fill your whole being with it. Allow it to permeate through your whole being. Again, a couple more times. Inhale, pull in the best of the best. Attract everything that you need, including all the qualities that you're trying to cultivate to a higher extent. Compassion, strength, love, courage, wisdom, all that. Exhale again, fill yourself up with it. One more time, inhale, bring in everything that you need, which is in effect everything what everyone else needs. Now imagine it all streaming to this spiritual heart located in the center of the chest and right side of the physical heart. This is the residing place of God. Exhale as God is equally present in all forms. Imagine all those benefits going out to all beings. Share with everyone and everything. Keep the intention of offering everything up, even beyond the mat. Be mindful in your conduct towards others, especially in your interactions, and conduct yourself in a way that will not take away the comfort and the happiness of any other being, but bring them into a place of pain or suffering. Keep that strongly ingrained in your mind and heart. Now come back to seated position. Make your way back up. Close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.